All right, so look up, please. What you have here is called a definite integral. A definite integral is simply an integral like this that has an upper and a lower limit. It's called a definite integral. The thing about integration, unlike differentiation, differentiation is straightforward. Integration is not exactly straightforward. They can look alike, but the way you solve it will be different. What do I mean? Look at this question here. What I have here is x exponential x squared. The way I will solve this, the method I will use here will be different if I had x squared exponential x squared. It's automatically a different method. Crazy, but that's it. So in integration, you have to open your eyes when solving this. The question will now be, in this question here, which method do I use in solving this? Which question do I use? Which method do I use? By what? By parts. By parts. Really? Well, I don't know who your lecturer is, but if you're given an integral, if you're given to perform an integral of this nature here, I know you want to rush to say by parts, and it looks like by parts question, yes. And this is what I'm trying to say. When I say they look similar, but you have to be very careful. What I will look at is this. Normally, if you're a bit knowledgeable about this stuff here, when it comes to integrating exponential terms there, the focus is surely on the part there. I will ask myself, if I, in quotes, differentiate this part here, will I get this concept here? If the answer is yes, I will use substitution. If not, I will use by part. So when it comes to integrating exponential terms, let me give you an instance. For instance, look up, please. If I have the integral, let me give you a shortcut. Right? I've already thought about this thing before, so you can check them up. If I have to perform the integral of exponential 2x, for instance, this dx, how do you integrate exponential term? The concept is very simple. Pick out the power, differentiate it, and take it as a denominator. That's all. So in performing this integral, this will be equal to, what's the power here? 2x. If I differentiate 2x with respect to x, what do I get? 2. This becomes exponential 2x all over 2 plus c. That's your shortcut. I have a class on this online, so check it out, please. So when it comes to exponential differentiation, or when it comes to exponential integration, the task is simple. Pick up the part there, differentiate it. The value you get becomes what there? A denominator. Of course, plus c, your constant of integration. Looking at this, the first thing I will do here is to inspect. I'm seeing an exponential term. The question will be, if I differentiate this part here, will I get x there? Will I have an x there? If I differentiate x squared, what do you get? 2x. So leave out the 2. Do I have an x there? Yes. Yes. What does it mean? It means I will use substitution. Please take note. Before you start solving, ask yourself, if I differentiate this one here, will I have this one here? If yes, they will cancel out. That's the idea about it. Right? So in the case where I have, look up. So I was saying this. If this was x squared exponential x squared here, will I still use substitution? Well, I'll come to this. I say, if I pick up the part here, x squared, and differentiate x squared, I will have 2x. Now the thing here now is that if I pick up the part here and differentiate x squared, I'll have 2x. There's no way 2x will cancel out x squared. X will still be left, so that would not work. But don't worry, let's focus on what we are given. So how do I solve this? The first thing I noted was that if I differentiate x squared, you have 2 and x. This x will be there. It will cancel out. So how do you start your solving? When it comes to solving definite integrals, focus more on this. For substitution, you say let u be equal to the power here x squared. First task. Next up, differentiate u with respect to x. You have that du all over dx is equal to, what do you have here? You have 2x. When you learn integration, they will say you should get the integral variable. What exactly is an integral variable? By integral variable in this case, you mean dx. Look at this. In integration, you will see a dx. After getting the u dx, your task here is to make the x to be what? The subject of the formula. Let's make the x subject of the formula. How do you do that? It's as simple as this. These two will swap position. That's all. What do I mean? This becomes du all over 2x is equal to what there? Dx. So I'll have that du all over 2x is equal to dx. I'm done with this. So therefore, I will have this word substituting. Substituting, what do I have? This becomes the integral of upper limit 1, lower limit 0, x dot, this one here, exponential. We said x squared should be equal to what there? U. That becomes u dot, what's the x? Du over 2x. Please observe this. All right, observe this. Okay, this is u dot, what's the x? The x is du over 2x. So I have this. At this juncture, what do you observe here? You have x, you have x. What happens here? This will cancel this. So I have this as being integral of 1 0 1 0 here. This x here will cancel this x here. So what do you have here? Exponential u. Please, this will cancel this. It's correct. Numerator up, denominator down. Dot. What do you have here? Du all over 2. You have this. Okay. What next here? Your next task. Let's get the constant term here. What's the constant term? The constant term here is 1 over 2. So I have integral of 1 0 exponential u dot du over 2 is something as 1 over 2 multiplied by what there? Du. And if you recall from when we did integration, we said when you have a constant term, what happens? Take the constant term outside integral sign. So taking constant term outside integral sign, it becomes 1 over 2 integral of 1 and 0. Then what do you have here? Exponential u dot du. You have this. This is equal to 1 over 2. Please, if I integrate exponential u, what do I get? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Look at this. If y is equal to exponential x, please, what's the value of the y dx? What do you get? So listen. Listen. If I differentiate exponential x, I will get exponential x. If I change here u, if I differentiate exponential u, I will also get exponential u. Same thing there. But you said differentiate the power now. Well, the same thing. When you have exponential x, differentiate this. Or was it integrated? I thought about integration of it. Let me integrate this here. Please, in integrating exponential term, what did I say? I say focus on the power, right? What should you do to the power? Integrate or differentiate? Hold on. If I'm integrating this, I said differentiate. I think I would have done revision for you first before coming to this. Sorry. I'd have done revision of exponential functions. Sorry. Sorry. Let's do it this way. Note the following. Number one, if y is equal to exponential x, dy dx is equal to exponential x. I think that's what you should note. If y is exponential x, if I differentiate exponential x, I will get exponential x. That's something to note. In essence, if I integrate, let's go backwards. If I integrate exponential x, I will also have what there? exponential x. In this case, it's now exponential u, not x. In this case, it's now exponential u, not x, not x. Please integrate exponential u. What do you get there? Exponential u. This, put in your limit. What are your limits there? 1 and 0. So you have this. So please listen. Please listen. Please listen. First things first. First things first. At this point here, please look up, please. I think I would have done a bit of revision before I came to this. Please, sorry about that. When I moved this man outside here, I had this thing here. How do you work on definite integrals? The task is simple. Just find a way to integrate exponential u du. If I integrate exponential u, I will have exponential u. Why do I have this square bracket? That is how you evaluate definite integrals. For definite integrals, this one here goes up here. This one here comes down here. You're having this. But we know that whenever I do integration, I usually have a plus c. So why did I not include plus c? When it comes to definite integrals, the plus c concept is useless because it will cancel. So assuming this was my normal integration where I had 1/2 integral of exponential u dot du, this would have been equal to 1/2. The integral of exponential u is exponential u plus c. I would have a plus c. But please take note, whenever you're doing definite integrals that involves this, putting plus c is not necessary. But if you want to, we could still add plus c, but they will cancel out. What do you say? Add or don't worry about it? Huh? Okay. Again, the idea of adding plus c or not adding plus c is only peculiar towards the definite integrals. At this point, what next? This is equal to 1/2. Let's work on this. How do you solve this? To solve this is as easy as let's see. Okay. All right, we have this. Let's bring back u. But what u? What's value of u? X squared, please. So this is equal to 1/2 exponential u is x squared. So x squared. This bring in 1 and 0. How do you solve this? This is equal to 1/2. To solve this man here, all you have to do is whenever you have x, put in your top value. So it becomes exponential. X becomes what there? 1. So I have what there? X squared becomes 1 squared minus exponential. What do you have here? 0 or what there? Squared. So you have this. This is equal to 1/2 into this gives you exponential 1 squared gives you what there? 1 minus exponential 0 squared gives you what there? 0. This is equal to 1/2. Please punch exponential 1. What do you have? Hope you can punch this. Hope you can punch exponential. Huh? Give me 4 dp. 2.718. This 2 dp. Okay. No, 718. Let's take this. This minus what exponential 0? 1. Please, for space sake, give me final answer. Half of in bracket 2.718 minus 1. Close the bracket. What do you have? 0.859. That's 86. 0.86. That's your value. Those of you in engineering, last year, that's your exam question. So that's it basically.